Again, I have come in front of you to teach one more history topic. It is nothing but, yes, see here, the revolt of 1857. It is very, very important topic if we consider our Indian history, right? So the revolt of 1857. The revolt of 1857 was the landmark in the history of India's struggle for freedom. It started on May 10, 1857. Sepoys appealed to the aged Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah, an emperor without any authority, to take over the leadership of the revolt. The Sepoys captured the city of Delhi, killed many Englishmen, and ransacked many public offices. Yes. So in the time of the Sepoys, okay, Indian Sepoys, they revolted against the British, okay, in the leadership of Bahadur Shah. So he was the last Mughal emperor, right? So Sepoys, they told him that he will be the leader of the Sepoys, and he had to take care of the Sepoys at the time of a revolution of 1857, right? So he was the last emperor of Mughal, and all the Indian people, they supported him as a king of all India, and they fought against the Britishers, okay? They fought against the Britishers in 1857. So it is known as the revolt of 1857 because, and also, so it was that was the time, okay, on May 10, 1857, okay. It was the Sepoys mutiny was what started on 10th May 1857, especially from the Sepoys of India, means soldiers of India, right? And also the soldiers of India in the time of 1857 mutiny, they conquered Delhi and killed many British officers, right? They killed many British officers, and they showed their anger like that, okay. The event was called the uprising, the revolt of 1857, or the Sepoy mutiny by the British, yes. So the Britishers, they had given the name for this, like uprising of Indian people or the revolt of 1857, and most importantly the British people, they had given the name like Sepoy mutiny, because so in the time of 1857 revolution, so there were only the Sepoys, that means that only the soldiers of India, they participated in the mutiny, right? So they had given the name like this, the Sepoy mutiny or uprising or revolt of 1857, okay. So but the Indian historians called it the first war of independence. So but in historians of Indian, so they had given the name like this, the first war of Indian independence, because see, it was the first time that different sections of Indian society united and fought as one nation to throw off the shackles of foreign domination. So to get rid of the rule of Britishers, Hindu and Muslim people, they joined together, they united. So okay, the first time, okay, in the history of India, the first time Muslim and Hindu people, they united to fight against the Britishers. So because of that reason, Indian historians, they had given the name that first war of Indian independence. I hope that you are getting my words, okay. But Britishers, they have given the name like that, what? So uprising or the revolt of 1857 or Sepoy mutiny, but Indian historians, they had called the name that, what is that? The first war of Indian independence. Yes, causes. And what are the causes? Okay, why did the Sepoys, they revolted against the Britishers? So very, very important political causes. Yes. So when the Britishers, they were ruling India after the 1757 Plassey battle, they started ruling India and they introduced so many laws, right? For example, I have mentioned here doctrine of plebs, okay, which was introduced by Dalhousie, right? So according to the doctrine of plebs, the king, local king, he should not adopt any child, right? So if he doesn't have any child, okay, so then after the death of that particular king, so that particular kingdom will go to the hand of Britishers. So that was the law he had introduced, who? Dalhousie. And also one more policy, it was introduced by Lord Wellesley in 1798. So that is nothing but what subsidiary alliance system. According to that, so Indian kings, they had to take care of the British army and they had to pay for that, and also they had to take the British resident in the army in the court of that particular king. So by these policies, British they had dominated the kings and they had annexed all the places of the kingdoms, right? So they had conquered. If the particular king, he doesn't have any son, if he died, means that particular kingdom will go to the hands of Britishers. So like this way, they had conquered the kingdoms of Indian people, right? So and also one more important, so they had used one more policy, misadministration. So by telling the misadministration method, so they had conquered the kingdom of India, right? Economic causes. So the second point. First one is political causes. Second one is economic causes. Whenever the princely states were annexed, the British got rent-free land and huge amount of money. Yes. So I have told that Britishers had introduced so many policies. According to that policy, British people, they had got kingdoms and land very easily. Okay. Without the war, without the battle, by using those policies, they had got the empire and they had got the land, and also they got rent-free land and also huge amount of money they got. So by seeing this, the Sepoys of India, they felt very sad, right? So the common people faced unemployment and poverty. So when Awadh was occupied by the British, Nawab's officials were dismissed and his army was disbanded. Yes, it's very, very important point. So especially in Awadh, okay. So there was a king Nawab. He was ruling. So he was he was obeying to the Britishers. Even though he was he was obeying the Britishers. So they used one more policy, that misadministration. And they told the Nawab that you are not administrating your kingdom very properly, so you have to he had to leave his kingdom, and also they banned or they disbanded the huge army of Nawab, right? So Nawab of Awadh. So almost there were 60,000 soldiers. They became jobless. Unemployment had arisen in the time of that particular incident happened, right? So 60,000 professional soldiers lost their livelihood. So for these are the reasons, these are the economic causes which causes for the revolt of 1857. Are you getting my point? The first point, political causes. Second point, economic causes. The 60,000 soldiers of Awadh, okay, they became jobless, okay, because of the policy of British people. They disbanded the army of Awadh, okay, because of the reason those 60,000 people had become jobless. So next point, social and religious causes. The social reformers were considered an interference in the customs and traditions of Hindus. Yes, in the time of British period, so there were some social reformers. Okay, in the time of British people, what happened? They banned sati system. They banned child marriage. Okay, so but in India was the cultural land. They were following their customs. So there were four main castes, right? Like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. These were the four caste system. In India there was a caste system. There were caste system, right? So Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, they were known as upper category people, and Shudras were known as lower category people. But according to the social reformers, so all are equal. So what happened? The Indian people, they started opposing the social reformers. Okay, so many Indians oppose the introduction of Western culture in India. Yes, it is very, very important. British people, they introduced Western culture and also they introduced English education, right? So because of the reason, but Indian people, they opposed those rules. They opposed the English system and also they opposed Western culture, right? They advocated a judicial system based on the principle of equality, but in actual practice it was biased. Okay. So, but British people, what happened? They introduced what new equality, like principle of equality. According to the British people, all are equal, but also they what happened? They did not give more opportunities for the Indian people. So all the higher category posts were higher category jobs or works will go to the European people. So these are the social and religious causes. What happened? These are the causes will become the what because of the reason sepoys they started fighting against the Britishers, right? So military causes. I have already told you that. So in the time of Sepoy Mutiny, only the soldiers of India they fought against the Britishers. So it was very important point here. Military causes. In first we have learned political causes and then economic causes, then social and religious causes. So now we are going to learn about military causes, right? So the sepoys helped the Britishers to establish their empire in India, but instead of receiving awards or promotions, they were humiliated by the British. Yes. So Indian soldiers they helped British people a lot to build the empire in India, right? So already you have known British people they had come to India only for the trade purpose. They did not have their own army power, but they had built their army power in India by using Indian soldiers, right? So and Indian soldiers they helped Britishers to build their empire in India. Even though they had help, but British people they did not give opportunities for the Indian soldiers and they did not give any award. So because of that reason, Indian soldiers felt very sad, right? There was a discrimination between the Indian and the British soldiers. Yes, there was a discrimination between Indian and European soldiers. So European soldiers were getting 8 times more salary than Indian people for the same job. Are you getting my point? So for example, so in that time I am telling, meanwhile there was 9 rupees for the Indian soldier for month, 9 rupees per month, but the same way for same job, European soldier were getting 70 rupees per month. Okay, almost 8 times more salary European people were getting than Indian people. Okay, 9 rupees per month for Indian soldier for the same job, but 70 rupees for European people for the same job. Almost 8 times more salary European people were getting than Indian people, right? There was a discrimination between the Indian and the British soldiers. The highest pay given to an Indian sepoy was less than the minimum pay of a European recruit. I have already told. Okay, next. Yes, immediate causes. Yes, so we learned political causes, economic causes, social and religious causes, and also military causes and immediate causes. Okay, the cartridges of the new Enfield rifle had a greased paper cover which had to be bitten off before the cartridge was loaded into the rifle. Yes. So in the time of 1857, what happened? British people they introduced new Enfield rifle. So, but which was made by the cartridges paper. So, but those cartridges paper was made by pig and cow fat. Okay. So, but pig it was the Muslim people, even the Muslim people they will not even touch the pig, right? So it was very shameful to them. But for Hindu people, cow is a sacred animal. Sacred animal. They will not disobey the cow, right? But English people they had used cow and pig fat for the Enfield rifle. Okay, so almost the paper cover which had they had to bitten by the mouth or teeth. Okay, but those fat was made by pig or cow. So because of the reason, Hindu and Muslim sepoy they opposed to use the new Enfield rifle of British people, right? So it was the immediate causes what I have told. They refused to use the new Enfield rifle because British people used what? Fig and beef fat for the new cartridges, right? So they rejected. Yes. So because of that reason, Mangal Pandey, right, on March 29, 1857, near Kolkata, a young boy Mangal Pandey refused to use the Enfield rifle and shot down his sergeant. He was arrested, tried, and executed. When this news spread, many sepoys started the revolt. Yes, Mangal Pandey, he was a Brahman sepoy, and he refused to use the new cartridges, new rifle, and also he had shot two sergeant, right? He had shot down his sergeant, and also he was arrested by the British people and he was sentenced to death. So after death of Mangal Pandey, the other sepoys they got very sad and they got angry and they started the revolution against the British people. So because of these reasons, Sipahi revolt had started against the British people in 1857, right? Yes, then who are the heroes? The heroes or main leaders of 1857 revolt. See here, Rani Lakshmi Bai and Begum Hazrat Mahal. Right. So the next, see here, Nana Sahib, Tantia Tope, Mangal Pandey, Kunwar Singh, and Bahadur Shah Japar. He was the last Mughal emperor, right? So these are the heroes of 1857 revolt. So then, where did the 1857 revolt had happened? See here, so main importantly, Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Awadh, Jhansi and Calcutta. These are the places where Sipahi revolt had started. Okay, only in central or north India, right? So Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Awadh, Calcutta and Jhansi. These are the places where Sipahi mutiny had started, right? Suppression of the revolt. Yes, even though we means the Sepoys of India had started fighting against the British people easily they defeated the revolt of 1857. Bahadur Shah Japar was tried and sent to Rangoon. His children were killed. Yes, Bahadur Shah Japar was defeated by the British and they sent him to Rangoon, and also his children were killed in front of Bahadur Shah only. British people they killed Bahadur Shah Japar's children, right? So the control of Delhi and imprisonment of Bahadur Shah Japar broke the backbone of the mutiny. Lucknow was recaptured in 1858. Yes, almost Meerut, Delhi and Lucknow were conquered by the Sipahis of India. But what happened? Britishers they again fight back and they defeated all the Sepoys and they took control over Delhi and also Lucknow in 1858. Right. Rani Lakshmi Bai was killed and Tatya Tope was captured and handed to death. And Rani Lakshmi Bai, Tatya Tope, they were all killed by the British people. So that means that Sipahi mutiny had failed. Okay, so Sipahi mutiny had failed. Causes of failure of revolt. Then why did the Sipahi mutiny had failed? It's very, very important. Why did Sipahi mutiny fail? Okay. The uprising had been planned for months, but it broke before the due date. It was not widespread. Yes, actually Nana Sahib, he had a plan and he wanted to fight against the Britishers at the time, but the Mangal Pandey, okay, he started the fighting against the Britishers early. So already Nana Sahib had a plan and he wanted to fight against the Britishers with his soldiers and with his all the army power and with his friends. But what happened? Mangal Pandey started a war against the Britishers early. Okay, so actually he wanted to fight against the Britishers the same day of celebration of 1757 Battle of Plassey. Okay, so in the time of after the Battle of Plassey, British people they had conquered India. Okay, so there was a centenary in 1857. So at the exact time he wanted to fight against the Britishers, but Mangal Pandey he had fought. Means he had shot sergeant early. So because of that reason, Nana Sahib's plan had become changed, and his plan become person. Okay, wasted. There was no unity among the rebels, and the ideas of nationalism had not yet developed. There was no common ideology. So Sepoys, they started fighting against the Britishers, but there was no unity among them. So, and there was no what feeling of nationalism. Okay, because of that reason, the failure of revolt had happened. That it was limited to North and Central India. Gurkhas helped the British to suppress the revolt. Yes, as I have mentioned already. So only in North India and Central India the mutiny had what spread, but in South India it did not start. And also I have to tell you that so almost Gurkhas from Nepal and Sikh Sikh from Punjab, and so many Indian kingdom and Indian people, they supported British people only. It's very important point. So failure of revolt. Okay, so Indian people, they supported British people. Most importantly, Gurkhas from Nepal and Sikh from Punjab, right? So they and Nizam of Hyderabad, right? Hyderabad Nizam. So these people, they supported Indian people. Okay, they did not support Indian sepoys or Indian soldiers. So because of that reason, so revolt had got failure. Okay. So one more point. The rebels could not match the sophisticated weapons of the British. The leadership was neither strong nor gave directions to rebels. Moreover, the British got timely help from the government of British or Britain. Okay, so British people, they used modern weapons, but Indian people, they used cultural or old weapons. So because of that reason, British people got victory, and in Indian soldiers there was no good leadership, and leaders are not giving suggestions for the other soldiers. Okay, they were not directing them, and also British got timely help from the government of Britain. Yes, they were the representatives from the England, and as you all know that the British people, they had come to India for the trade purpose. East India Company, right? There was an East India Company, right? But so they were getting timely help from the England, and so because of that reason, easily British people, they depressed or they suppressed the revolt of 1857. Results of the revolt. Last topic now we are going to learn results. What are the results? Okay, after the 1857, we can see here. The rule of East India Company ended with Queen Victoria's proclamation of 1858. She assumed the title of the Empress of India. Okay, so after the 1857 revolt, East India Company's rule had stopped, and England had taken the control over India, and the Queen of England, Queen Victoria, had become the Empress of India, right? According to the Proclamation Act of 1858, the Secretary of State for India Affairs was appointed, and yes, new Viceroy had become, so Canning, okay, Lord Canning had become the new or first Viceroy of India. The policy of ruthless conquest and annexations of Indian territories was given up. The Indian princes were given the assurance that their states would not be annexed and were given to right to adoption. Okay, so according to the policies of British people earlier, before the 1857 revolt, all had banned, and Indian kings, they got freedom to adopt new children, and also they got their kingdom back, and they started their ruling. And also one more important, full religious freedom was granted to Indians. Okay, so Indians got the full freedom regarding the religion. Okay, and British people, they came to know that if we touch the culture of India, so they may be fight against them. They might be fight against them. So because of the reason, they had given so many they had given so many opportunities for the Indian people, like they had given the freedom for the religious, and also they had given their empire back, and most importantly, they had taken back their old policies like doctrine of lapse, and also subsidiary alliance system, they had taken back all those policies. So these are the results of 1857 revolt. Okay, so my dear children, I hope that you have understood the topic what I have taught. So today we learned that 1857 revolt, the causes of the 1857 revolt. So what are those causes? Political causes, and economic causes, social and religious causes, and military causes, and last one is immediate causes. So then we learned about heroes of the revolt, and then after that, why did the Sepoy mutiny fail, right? So after that we learned the results of Sepoy mutiny, right? So now take the homework. Please write the causes and results of 1857 revolt. Please write down. I hope that you are writing. Write the causes and results of 1857 revolt. Okay, my dear children, I hope that you will write the homework, and after writing the homework, please send me the homework copy through WhatsApp. Okay, bye.